5 seconds. In Keval Krishan versus Suraj Bhan, this court examined the scheme of sections 200 to 204 and held at the stage of sections 203 and 204 of the Criminal Procedure Code in a case exclusively triable by the Court of Sessions. All that the magistrate has to do is to see whether on a cursory perusal of the complaint and the evidence recorded during the preliminary inquiry under sections 200 and 202 of the Criminal Procedure Code, there is prima facie evidence in support of the charge levelled against the accused. All that he has to see is whether or not there is sufficient ground for proceeding against the accused. At this stage, the magistrate is not to weigh the evidence meticulously as if he were the trial court. The standard to be adopted by the magistrate in scrutinizing the evidence is not the same as the one which is to be kept in view at the stage of framing charges. The aforesaid view was reiterated in Mohinder Singh versus Gulwant Singh Supra in the following words: the scope of inquiry under section 202 is extremely restricted only to finding out the truth or otherwise of the allegations made in the complaint in order to determine whether process should issue or not under section 204 of the code, or whether the complaint should be dismissed by resorting to section 203 of the code on the footing that there is no sufficient ground for proceeding on the basis of the statements of the complainant and of his witnesses, if any. But the inquiry at that stage does not partake the character of a full dress trial, which can only take place after process is issued under section 204 of the code, calling upon the proposed accused to answer the accusation made against him for adjudging the guilt or otherwise of the said accused person. Further, the question whether the evidence is adequate for supporting the conviction can be determined only at the trial and not at the stage of the inquiry contemplated under section 202 of the code. To say in other words, during the course of the inquiry under section 202 of the code, the inquiry officer has to satisfy himself simply on the evidence adduced by the prosecution whether prima facie case has been made out so as to put the proposed accused on a regular trial, and that no detailed inquiry is called for during the course of such inquiry. The use of the word shall in proviso to section 202(2) is prima facie indicative of mandatory character of the provision contained therein, but a close and critical analysis thereof along with other provisions contained in chapter 15 and sections 226 and 227 and section 465 would clearly show that non-examination on oath of any or some of the witnesses cited by the complainant is by itself not sufficient to denude the concerned magistrate of the jurisdiction to pass an order for taking cognizance and issue of process, provided he is satisfied that prima facie case is made out for doing so. Here it is significant to note that the word all appearing in proviso to section 202(2) is qualified by the word his. This implies that the complainant is not bound to examine all the witnesses named in the complaint or whose names are disclosed in response to the order passed by the magistrate. In other words, only those witnesses are required to be examined from whom the complainant considers material to make out a prima facie case for issue of process. The choice being of the complainant, he may choose not to examine other witnesses. Consequence of such non-examination is to be considered at the trial and not at the stage of issuing process, when the magistrate is not required to enter into detailed discussions on the merits or demerits of the case, that is to say, whether or not the allegations contained in the complaint, if proved, would ultimately end in conviction of the accused. He is only to see whether there exists sufficient ground for proceeding against the accused. In the same sequence it was held as under. As a sequel to the above discussions, we hold that examination of all the witnesses cited in the complaint or whose names are disclosed by the complainant in furtherance of the direction given by the magistrate in terms of proviso to section 202(2) is not a condition precedent for taking cognizance and issue of process against the persons named as accused in the complaint, and the High Court committed serious error in directing the Chief Judicial Magistrate to conduct further inquiry and pass fresh order in the light of proviso to section 202(2).